A word for our listeners. Achtung Cthulhu is set in the 1930s and 40s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It is not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Nerd's Domain gaming podcast. Join us each week as our investigators uncover the corruption of the mythos in World War II. Starring George Chimbles, Phil Durham, Rob Walker, Justin Kimmett, Shirley Niedzwiecki, and Scott Troiano, with Matt Quiett running the table as the keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed Nazi cultists await you just beyond this music.
Hi everybody and welcome back to the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. This is the Brian Blake flashback Achtung Cthulhu adventure.
Spectacular. I'm
Matt and I'm here with Shirley.
Hello.
And John.
Hi.
And Phil.
Yo, yo, yo.
Oh my god. So, last time we left our group of missionary finders, they had found their way through a portal to another place. So let's talk about that.
Found their way. I got possessed.
Are possessed. Still possessed.
Drawn into.
Still possessed. I'm just
this magical place of black spiders. It's awesome. Yeah.
So
let's do this.
All right. So, what do you guys do? Brian and Calvin, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to communicate to Calvin that Anna's been possessed, and then I will start heading off in that direction.
Okay.
Starting off slow and speeding as I see possible, as I get familiar as one can be with this land place thing.
Okay. Calvin, are you headed with him?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys start heading towards Anna. Anna, you're taking some steps, or you're starting to take steps down.
Yes.
You guys actually get to her pretty quick. It doesn't take very long. 10, 15 decent-sized steps. As she's starting to ascend some steps that you didn't realize were there until literally you were on top of them. What would you like to do?
Anna, stop.
Step.
Physically grab her.
Step.
Okay. Roll a grapple.
Success.
Okay. And then, sure, what's your strength?
18.
Ooh. So you're gonna need to roll under 65.
Oh.
Success.
Okay, so you have grappled her, and you're successfully pinning and controlling the grapple at this point.
But Calvin, you want to... Whatever Thomas said.
But Calvin, I must enlighten you. I must show you the way.
Drag her back to the portal.
Okay. So you're dragging her back. Hey, Phil, you want to roll me an occult?
Pass.
She seems like something is possessing her, and the best way to get that out is to perform exorcism, which usually requires holy water.
Holy water. So I will. Do I have any in my pack? I know that we established that there was some between us. Okay. While we're continuing to work our way back, I will dig the holy water out of my pack.
Okay. You pull it out. As you guys are getting closer back to the portal, you notice that it is not there any longer.
So I know we saw rocks, and we presumably no longer see the stairs. So we see rocks, we see the creatures.
You
see
could
the
easily
trees made of rocks?
Yeah, like the tree rocks and the tree bushes, and you could easily make it back to the stairs. You just can't see them at this point.
Yeah.
But is there someplace we could hide away from the sight of the monsters?
Yeah, you could hide behind some bushes, some rock bushes.
I point out an area that might be covered for us. I think we should head over here.
All right, let's go over there.
Okay, you guys head over there. Give me a spot hidden. All three of you.
Success.
Fail.
Fail by 5.
All right. You see the older Choo-Choo Man kind of standing before one of the trees with some of the spiders in it. He's got both of his hands kind of raised, palms up, and he seems to be saying or chanting something, but you can't quite make it out.
Like, how far away from us?
That's a good question. Maybe 70 yards, maybe half a mile?
Okay, but not immediately, like, we're behind him.
Yeah, you're behind him.
But, I mean, we're not, like, gonna be standing next to him.
Right,
ever.
no, you're
Okay.
not going to stand next to him now.
So, yeah, I point out where this guy is standing and, again, try to get a barrier between us
Okay.
and ask Blake, what are we doing?
Hold her.
Roll another 65 or under. That's strength versus strength.
Success.
Okay. Anna, you are being held. Can you roll me luck?
I'm lucky.
Okay. The good news is you can get your pistol out and shoot the man holding you because he needs to let go. So why don't you go ahead and roll that? You don't get double. So I'm not
Roll
going to
my
give you
shoot.
Yeah, your pistol. Your shoot.
A fist is a stat, so
Yes,
I mean,
that's right.
shoot's fine.
Please don't. Well, I just shot him.
Dodge? Do I get to dodge?
If you dodge, you let go.
It's better than getting shot.
Okay, hey, that's fair. I just wanted to give you the full.
Missed it by 2.
So you let go, and you dodge unsuccessfully. Go ahead and roll that damage.
8.
So you take 8 damage as the gun goes off through your gut. As it does, though, Anna, you catch on fire. The ground around her catches on fire, but it is cold and freezes you, like leaves frost on your skin. You take 5 damage. Calvin, you also catch on fire. You'll take 2 damage from that.
I'm going to try to exercise her.
Okay, roll
While we're on fire?
Hey, it's water.
We
Right?
Okay.
Roll a cult.
we want more people on our side, not trying to do 5 things at once if someone's working against us. I'm sorry. Roll what?
Occult.
Pass.
All right, and then roll luck.
No.
How much did you fail by?
Almost double.
Oh, okay. So Anna, you feel water sprinkle across the fire. It goes out, like almost as soon as the drips of water touch you. Everything around you goes out. The only thing that doesn't go out is Calvin, although it's likely that he probably got doused a little too, so he's not as on fire. And you get to roll, let's say that 50% again, the power times power.
Power times power?
Yeah, it's power versus power, so his is 18, or the creature inhabiting you is 18, yours is 18, so it's 50% or less.
No.
Okay. Roll it again.
No.
Wow.
Same thing.
All right. So we're going to go into rounds. So Calvin, would you like to declare? Are you dead?
No, I'm
Okay.
6 hit points.
Okay, just making sure you were. Oh, that's the doodle box. Never mind.
Yes.
I was like, you're doodling. That might mean you're dead, or you're just doodling because you can doodle. So what are you going to do this round?
Put myself out. Be no longer on fire.
Okay, that's a good idea. Blake, what are you going to do?
Exorcise.
Anna, who would you like to shoot?
The guy at the spider tree?
No.
Good call.
Of the two of these people, who would you like to shoot? Now, you have done less damage to Blake. You could also kick or punch him. You get to choose your violence. Choose your violence quickly.
I am.
Don't choose based on which is your worst stat.
I'll try to punch him.
Okay. Who are you punching?
Calvin, since he's closest.
Actually, Blake is right there, too. They're pretty much equidistant. What I'm hinting at is if you punch Blake, you may kill him. You might want to punch... Or if you punch Calvin, you may kill him. You might want to punch Blake.
Oh, okay. So I'll...
She ain't gonna kill me.
Okay, hold on.
I got an
Don't roll
idea.
yet. Don't roll yet. Calvin, go ahead and put yourself out. That's what you spend your turn doing.
Okay.
Ta-da. Blake, go ahead and roll occult. And hopefully you'll make this in the luck so you don't get slugged.
I failed the occult.
Roll your luck.
I failed that too.
Oh. All right. And
You
then
jinxed it.
Anna, go ahead.
Oh, no.
No?
By 20.
Okay. So she takes a swing at you. We'll go back to the top of the round. Calvin, what are you going to do this round?
I'm no longer on fire.
You're no longer on fire.
There's no risk of getting back on fire as far as I can tell.
If she fires that gun again, maybe.
Then I disarm Anna so that she cannot fire that gun.
Okay. Blake, what are you going to do?
Exorcising.
All right. And Anna, who are you punching?
Blake. Because he's trying to exercise me.
You want to wait till it's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. So, you judo chop her wrist. Go ahead. And, how do you want to disarm her? Grapple again, or would you rather punch?
Grab me from behind.
I mean, I just want the gun out of her hand, so I guess would it be a punch to grab the gun?
I mean, you could just grapple the gun out of her hand. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Fail.
Okay. Blake. Occult.
Pass.
Okay. And then your luck.
Fail.
How did you fail by?
30 over 45. Or 75 over 45, sorry.
Anna, go ahead and give me that 50%.
Pass.
Okay. So you don't feel compelled to punch him. We're just going to stop your turn because that essentially your turn is
So I'm standing there like a...
You're kind of laying there because they kind of put you, I assume, put her on the ground-ish.
I mean, I don't know if she's gotten up.
Yeah, no.
In the
No,
round,
I
she
didn't
had
try to
freedom.
stand up.
All right, top of the round. Calvin, what would you like to do?
Still wrestling that gun out of her hand.
All right, Blake, exercising.
Still exorcising.
You've got this round and next round, and you'll be out of holy water.
Okay.
And Anna.
I'll try to shoot Blake.
Okay, go ahead, Calvin.
Fail.
By how much?
2.
Nope, you got it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You can have that. Your strength versus, what did I tell you before? 65, so 65% or under.
Yeah, I got a 40.
Okay, so the gun has been wrenched out of your hand.
Okay.
Blake?
I think that's a fail on occult.
Okay, go ahead and roll the luck. Eventually you'll get a luck, right?
I don't know. Yeah, no, not this time.
Shirley, go ahead and roll a 50% or under.
No.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll fist and try and punch Blake.
Yes.
Roll dodge if you'd like.
I do like.
Your dodge really good.
Yes. And I rolled it exactly.
Okay, so you punch at him and he dodges. That is the end of the round. That is about the time that the old man comes around the corner. So now he's standing kind of near you. What would you guys like to do? Go ahead and declare. Calvin?
I'm guessing that the source of the fire was beyond my ability to see since I was grappling with her.
Something about her shooting the gun caused it off the fire.
Right, but I guess the question I would have is, did the fire come from the bullet or from the blood? You know.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll sanity?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Failed.
Came from the gunpowder. The gunpowder reacting with the air. And that doesn't make any sense. Not like that. I mean,
Right.
you've shot your fair share of guns. Occasionally, like, bad gunpowder will go off, but not like that. It sure as heck doesn't burn cold. It doesn't leave frostbite. That doesn't make sense. Roll D4. Like, these are the things that are, like, flying through your mind. It does. None of this makes sense.
But does gunpowder normally backsplash on?
No, it might
does
explode, but not like that.
Yeah. So the question in my mind is then firing the bullet at longer range than point blank going to result in the same burns.
Yeah.
But I do it anyway, and I fire the gun at the old man.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, Blake.
Exorcising.
Okay, this is the last round for that holy water.
Yeah,
Anna?
I pray. I've been praying, but I pray.
I'm going to go stand by the old man.
Okay.
Isn't she under her own power at this point?
No, not really. She's yet to succeed on that roll.
She succeeded once.
Yeah, I
50
succeeded once.
Did you succeed this time? This last time?
No.
No, she
Okay.
failed.
I
No,
failed.
that's so she's still fighting it.
Okay.
That's why she's getting so many rolls for the
All right.
fighting. So go ahead and fire.
So I guess standing up would be my action.
You can still walk over to next to him, yeah.
Definitely. A hit.
Oh, you hit. He doesn't dodge. Go ahead. Roll your damage.
$13.
Just before it hits him, it kind of veers off. Again, he rocks back. This time he, like a bruise appears where you would have hit him. And it, like, appears very quickly, turns like that sickly yellow with purple all kind of around it.
As though it's healing.
And, yeah, but then his arm kind of goes limp. Like, cause it hits in like, our listeners at home can't see what I'm doing. It hits like just to the
Above
inside.
the pectoral.
Yeah, just to the inside of the shoulder, where the arm meets the body. And so that arm kind of goes limp. Blake, what are you doing? Exercising?
Yes.
That actually goes on melee, so we'll go back around to firing so you can fire again.
Is there any fire?
There was, but you're holding the gun far enough. I assumed that you didn't like hold it next to you. You held it far enough out and it kind of exploded everywhere.
So blazing blue fire bullets?
No. It's red. It's
Oh,
red
red
fire.
fire bullets?
It's just
Okay.
burning, yeah.
All right, well, then I'll take my second shot. Yes.
Okay. Roll your damage.
10.
Okay. This time you hit him kind of in the, like, square in the chest. He stumbles back and you hear, like, a tearing of paper. Like a slow, like, and his chest, nothing impacted him there because it veered off again, but, blood just kind of sprouts from his chest and starts running down him. Blake, go ahead and exercise.
Fail and occult.
All right, go ahead and roll your luck. You are really not a lucky guy.
No. My cult's only 50, so. 4 on my luck.
Shirley, you can roll 75 or under.
Nice. Yep, made it.
Okay, and then roll your luck.
Made it.
Okay. Would you like to damage the creature that is leaving you, or would you like to utilize its power to open a rift back to the real world?
I want to go home.
Okay. So, you see this creature start to come out, and then she kind of grabs onto it, and squeezes it and shakes it, and the area opens again. And then she lets go, and it flies off quickly.
There's no place like home.
No, right, exactly. I was like, where are my ruby shoes?
So you guys step back through the portal?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm the last one to go back. But yeah.
Okay. You guys get out of the portal, and you find yourselves just outside of the caves again, kind of where you stood for a little while. just a little far away from it. It is now bright and early in the morning. You guys got here. It was kind of later in the evening, before dusk, but still later in the evening. So some time has passed. And you see the choo-choo people that were moving around there are still there. But as soon as you appear and step out of the portal and the portal closes behind you, several of them go over to where the rock face meets the ground and bend down and grab spears and start coming towards you in a very, very aggressive way. I assume you guys are going to flee.
Organized retreat.
Yes.
Okay, so you're just kind of popping off shots a little bit at a time
Yeah.
while running. Is that kind of the idea?
Sure.
Yeah.
Into the jungle at night. Just, I mean, I know
thought it was
there's.
morning.
You said it was morning.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, the jungle in the morning. Yeah, this is perfect.
Well, yeah, if we're not running off into the jungle at night, then clearly we're still not home, and we.
Yeah.
Down through the path that we took to come up.
Okay, I will need someone to roll track.
Oh, I guess that'll be me.
Yeah, that's you, because you're the one that's actually Blake. Are you trading track?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys start your running, and you're headed down. Calvin, you keep a good eye on the trail. You get moving through. You run and run and run, and Blake, you're kind of bringing up the rear, popping off shots as you see guys that you can fire at.
Yes.
After a while, though, they're not back there any longer.
I'm still going to shut off the...
Okay. Well, so do you slow down, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, you are...
No.
Okay.
Not for at least half an hour.
Okay. I need all three of you to roll con. Calvin, you get con times 4. You two that both failed one of your con rolls earlier, you're going to get con times 3.
No.
Johnny's doing the math to see
I'm trying.
what's your con?
17.
So it's 68.
Success.
Okay. So you're perfectly fine, Calvin, running. These two are huffing and puffing. If you go much farther without stopping and resting, one of them's going to
pass
collapse.
out.
So...
Don't care.
I offer to carry Anna.
Okay. She's going to be a big one,
Yeah.
but you can do that.
I'm like...
Sister Anna, I could maybe carry you to, or Blake, if,
Let's pause for a minute and listen. Okay. Not a minute, but let's pause for a second.
Okay. Roll listen.
Ought to.
Nope.
No.
Blake, what you hear is this guttural chanting coming from back towards where the caves are. Your knowledge that you got, that was imparted to you by Father Thomas, tells you that they are summoning something that will hunt you. And it will be at home in the jungle and will kill you quickly if it can find you. There are a few things that you can do to stop it. Lines of salt will slow it down. You don't even have a word for this creature, whatever it is. But lines of salt will slow it down, which you might be able to jury rig out of some smelling salts. Okay. Which I don't think are actually salt, but we'll just assume they are. Johnny's going to look it up.
Depends on how you want to define salt.
What is smelling salts? You have a degree in chemistry.
Well, so, I mean, if you're talking about salt, like table salt.
No.
No.
But it's
salts is a very wide area.
But it's like an alkaline.
Well, alkaline are more basic. Salts really just are ionic compounds to a large degree.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're relatively neutral, actually, but you can have salts that are actually be acidic or basic when dissolved. It's really just ionic compounds. So a smelling salt qualifies as a salt, as a broad salt. I think a lot of the salt used in, I don't know for sure because I haven't done a lot of research on it, but I'm guessing that's a lot of table salt that's used in more occult purposes, which is specifically sodium chloride.
I was just laughing because Phil's like quoting the Wikipedia article. I haven't done a lot of research, but this is exactly what Wikipedia says.
Well, I'm a chemist.
I know. It was like
So that might work. technically it may not fall along the right occult ways, but if there's enough residue or if there's enough of that in there, that may work.
Not from a big enough line.
Yeah.
Not in what most smelling salt packets usually are,
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine.
The other people that would have salt would be the other village, but that's a long trek.
Is there another way to get out of the jungle?
No, you're pretty deep. Roll Cthulhu Mythos. Now you have, 30 in that?
You established my character in the future at 20.
Okay.
I got 43.
Okay. It's likely that this thing could not climb trees. Now, you guys climbing trees here might be a little dangerous because who knows what's in the trees? Jaguars. But that might be another option. I mean, jaguar or thing that will hunt and kill you.
Yeah.
Kind of, bird in the hand with the two in the bush.
So we couldn't roll a cult.
To do what?
Also, a lot of
to
Oh,
fend
no,
off
no.
whatever.
and a lot of what he's telling me right now came to me because Father Thomas touched me. So, what I'm going to communicate to you is that we're not going to outrun what is coming from us. Our best bet at this point is to get to the highest ground we can. And not ground, even the highest elevation in these trees that we can, where it cannot climb after us. And that may give us a few more moments to think about what to do next.
I start looking around for the highest tree I can climb.
Okay. Calvin, would you like to roll survival?
Sure.
I mean, this is
I don't
survival.
want to, but I will if that's what it takes. Yeah, 21 under 70.
You find a good tree that most likely isn't full of jaguar. I just assume they're like flowers, like tree flowers. They're just up there. Lots of
Hanging
them
out.
in one tree.
Yeah.
You guys climb. It's about 10 minutes before you hear this, this rumble, and you just see the, do you remember the scene in Jurassic Park 2 where they're like running through the tall grass and you just see the grass like flopping back and forth, but you never see the raptors? It's like that. Like the foliage is just flipping back and forth, and it goes past and it comes back and it circles and then it goes back towards the Choo Choo Village. But that takes about 40 minutes for it to do all of that. Like, it's taking its time, but still making quite a ruckus, while it's doing that.
What does the foliage look like up here? Like, could we sleep up here?
It wouldn't be comfortable, and it probably wouldn't be very restful. Plus, you're also still mid-morning. This might still be the best time to travel.
The natural predators wouldn't be out at this point in time, so we should probably try to make a run for it.
Stay here for a moment. I will go down, wander for a bit to see if that instantly attracts the thing back out, and if it doesn't, then let's make another run for it. Does that sound like a plan?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds fine to me.
Okay.
So you come down. Roll listen for me.
Pass.
Okay. You don't hear anything new.
No more chanting, or is this
No more chanting, no more rustles. You begin moving around kind of calmly, and you don't hear anything. And you're down there for a few minutes. Nothing really changes.
I'll give a signal that they should come on down.
Yep, we'll climb down.
Okay. You guys climb on down and start heading back to the other village.
Yeah, wolf trot, or not full out sprinter.
As you're walking, kind of trotting into the village, the night has fallen. You find the village completely empty. There are a few blood smears here and there. Father Thomas's hut has been completely ransacked, but nothing has been taken. And there are no bodies.
We can't stay here.
It's 2 days back to the city.
We can camp somewhere nearby just right over there, but we can't stay right here.
They've been here. They know they may not come back because they know they've emptied this place
we need to
out.
barricade ourselves in one of the buildings.
Well,
Phil, that would be a good time to look for salt. I mean, if anybody's going to have it, these people may in their stores.
If we're going to stay here, we need to find a large quantity of salt that it will protect us from that beast.
then let's get searching.
Okay, so you guys spend probably 25 minutes searching. You do find the food and the salt there. So you have some food stores as well, some dried meat, some dried fruit, and that kind of thing. There's also some extra water in there because you guys realize you have been running all day, and the water you had just wasn't enough. You set up in which building? Just in one random building or in Father Thomas's house?
I think a small building that we can either encircle with salt or encircle on the inside with salt. So
Inside
a small
with salt.
hut where we can barricade the
Inside,
windows or
one
door.
that provides us with a vantage point in the direction of the choo-choo.
Okay. All right, yeah, you find that. Are you guys going to take different shifts?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
who's on first shift, second, and third?
I'll take first.
Second.
Okay, I guess I'm on third.
All right, good old classic D&D moment. So the first shift goes by pretty uneventful until about the last. I assume you guys broke it up in like three-hour shifts. That last half hour or so, it gets cold, and by cold I mean like you're seeing your breath cold. You don't see anything. You guys haven't lit a fire or anything because nothing.
No fire.
Yeah, you don't want to draw your attention. You don't see anything, but it gets cold, and it stays cold for that last half an hour, and then you go to wake up Sister Anna.
Would I have seen any blankets or anything?
They really don't have much. There's like piles of clothing, like you could kind of cover up with that, but
Anything that I could to cover them up during that last half hour.
Okay.
To help them sleep
okay. And then do you wake up with Sister Anna for the second shift?
on time, yeah.
Okay, so
I would let you sleep longer, but I know that I need some rest myself.
Right, that's okay.
when you wake up, it's freezing. It's probably, like very low 40s, maybe high 30s, which is hugely different from when you went to sleep. You didn't
Right.
notice it until you really woke up. Can I get you to roll spot hidden for me?
No.
Okay. The rest of your shift goes by uneventful until about the last half an hour, when Father Thomas's building or house, it just suddenly goes up in flame. You're far enough away from it that it lights, like the backlighting or the flame lights up the building, but not enough that anybody's going to notice you. You don't see what's out there, but something is. Do you wake up Calvin?
Yeah, I wake up Calvin and show him, and
I get what you're
mean,
saying, but like
The
It's-
grass hut
I'm
we're
like,
sleeping in is
hey.
on fire.
no, you're not in Father Thomas's hut. You're in a
Oh,
different one.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Well, if there's no danger of spreading, then
yeah.
I'm not going to say a word. I'm
Okay.
just going to watch.
oh, okay.
And you also wake up and it's very cold. Very, very cold. You can see your breath kind of cold.
Sure.
Give me spot hidden.
I'm going to screw myself here, but I took got shot, from a gun and a spear in the side earlier.
Yeah.
Do I need to do anything about that?
Do you want to roll first aid on yourself?
Yeah, kind
Go
of.
ahead.
No.
You have 2 wounds, so you can actually do it twice.
Okay. Yes, on the second
Roll a
one.
d3.
1.
Phil, you can retroactively also roll first aid on yourself if you'd like. You've got 3 different wounds, 2. Got
Who's
hit
the
with 2 darts.
worst? Because I can
got-
help too.
Well, not
I got
if
hit
they're
trying to get
sleeping.
woke up. I took a few darts. I got I got wounds all over the place.
So you can roll first aid for each time you got hit.
Yeah. If you really want to get into all of that numbers, we can.
Just roll. You're fine.
Failed my spot hidden.
Okay. That's
So
fine.
I'm seeing
Good job.
1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3. So that's 4. All right. So 1. No. It was a 31 over 30. 2, no. That was 99.
You cut your arm off, bleed to death.
It's a 3. That's a 97.
This is where we find out that the guy playing Brian Blake in the actual game is not.
Is that a
He's
6?
an imposter.
Yeah.
That's an 9. That's an 9 for the last one, though.
Okay, roll a d3.
2.
So heal 2 back. Just before dawn breaks, like you get that sense that dawn's about to come, Calvin. The hut you're in shakes violently, but so do several others. You can see them. Roll your luck.
By 4.
You failed by 4?
No, I made it
Oh.
by 4.
You don't scream out an alarm because it's really like just complete silence, and then suddenly it shakes to the point that you are afraid it's going to break and fall off. Shakes a couple more times, and then it's like whatever was hitting it moves on to another hut, and you see like there's probably a half dozen huts at a time that are shaking.
Shake it, don't break it.
And then the sun comes up, and immediately whatever was out there stops. You see this mist on the ground that you didn't notice the whole time because you keep everybody's failing spot hiddens because you're really good at this. Mm-hmm. Mist kind of melts away, and you guys are alive in the next day. What would you guys like to do? Because it's 2 days back to Cancun.
We should move now. I think they've...
Get the heck back to Cancun.
Yeah.
Take whatever supplies we think are... Take all the salt that we can reasonably carry.
I think more than we can reasonably carry.
You could throw it at them and salt them.
Because slow us down. Well, I'm thinking that if we have to stop at some point...
Yeah.
And I still have holy water, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we have... We don't have shotguns. We have rifles.
Rifles.
I have a rifle. And an automatic.
Some supplies.
It says Thompson on mine. Do I have a Thompson?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. So you guys pack up and quickly head out. I need all of you to roll con. Cal, and you're again at con times 5. You two are at con times 4.
Pass.
Oh, yeah, pass.
Calvin, you get a little winded there.
Well, there's this whole gunshot in my gut.
Yeah.
So,
Plus, you're carrying a lot of salt.
and a lot of salt.
You're carrying more than a reasonable amount. I got him kind of on my shoulder, kind of doing the wraparound thing.
Yeah. Carry the big guy. You guys run and run.
Not a full fireman carry, but yeah.
That night, as the night comes, do you guys want to keep moving or do you want to camp?
These things seem
I say
active at
we
night.
keep moving and maybe take small breaks. I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
All right,
The
everybody
salt
roll
worked.
con again. 4 for you, John. Actually, 4 for everybody.
Pass.
Pass.
90.
What?
So you guys don't get much farther past
Wrong
dark.
with you.
John, roll survival for me.
Oh, God.
15 out of 70 on that one.
Okay. You definitely avoid a couple of clear, a jaguar is probably right there. You can see where it's been killing things.
Why would a jaguar be here with these other things, these demons?
Well, because
running
they
around?
weren't here until, now.
I guess so.
It gets late. It gets dark. You're kind of running through the jungle with no light, I assume, right?
Yeah, no.
Where's your flashlight?
Well,
It's
Not
in his
using
pack
it.
where he ain't using it from.
we don't want to draw attention, and we're not running.
All of you can roll spot hidden at half.
Nailed it.
98 over 25.
Fail.
So, Calvin, you start to notice this, this mist creeping through the jungle. It's not surrounding you so much as it is getting ahead of you, and it starts to, like, it seems like it's alive, but part of it'll go across the path in front of you and then leave an open spot, and it'll go back across the path in front of you and leave an open spot as you guys are moving. But it's like this thin mist.
Are you going to tell us about it?
I do.
I think we
stop
should climb
everybody. I look for a tree, we salt it, and get up it.
Brian and Anna roll occult.
Pass.
Oh, good night. No.
Did a dingo eat your baby?
Dingo ate my baby.
So you guys get up the tree without much of an issue. I need each of you to roll luck and tell me who is the lowest.
So I passed my occult. And
No, don't worry about this. Shh.
I passed.
I just need to know who rolls the lowest, really. You can all fail, I just need to know who rolls the lowest.
It's not even necessarily a luck
it
roll.
lowest
Just
or
everyone just,
highest?
Oh, highest, you're right, good call.
everyone just roll percentile and just tell you who got the highest.
well, I mean, but, if you all fail, that's all bad for everybody.
I failed my luck and I got a 64.
I succeeded on my luck and got a 41.
I succeeded on my luck and got an 87.
You
87?
87?
Yeah, her luck is a 90.
My luck
Good
is a 90.
Lord.
So she rolled high.
So, Phil, you get to the top of the tree. I'm sorry, Brian, you get to the top of the tree.
Yeah.
And it's about the time that you guys get settled into the tree that you look down and you notice that the salt is not laying quite right where Sister Anna put it.
I'll go.
Do you point that out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go.
So you climb down.
Okay, let me understand that correctly. It was correct earlier, and now it is not, or it was not.
It's probably you guys did it in such haste. You did half, she did half, and her half didn't get done right.
Okay.
Since you failed the occult
Oh,
roll.
I failed my occult roll. Like,
If you had time to do it right, like I wouldn't ask for an occult roll, but you were like hoofing it up a tree because oh my god, some missed. So someone with an occult should probably go down and fix it.
Yeah. I'll go.
Just
fix
gotta
it.
make a ring. That's what Supernatural taught me.
I mean, do you want to go down? That's fine. I'm fine.
I'll do it. And you want to test?
Okay, go ahead.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
not seeing any
Wait, you
danger. I'm going
already
to take the time or whatever.
rolled a cult.
That's an aught 9.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Roll a dodge for me.
Yeah. I hate you.
10.
I passed my dodge.
Okay, so just as you're getting ready to finish up, a spear just thunk right in the tree. But then you look at the spear; it's not a spear so much as it's like a droopy tentacle thing with like a arrowhead cone at the front of it, and it's like starts to wrap itself around you, and that's when you connect to the circle, and it screeches. There's no mouth on it, but it screeches and shrivels and drops.
Yeah, I'm going to boot scoot and boogie right up the tree.
Can you give me a climb check? I think climb's on there, right?
Can I get a bonus from assistance? Is that what it says?
Yes, you would need to roll your strength. So you would need to roll 65 or under to assist him.
No.
I failed my climb.
So you start climbing up the tree.
I got an aught 5 on the assistance.
Well, since he was helping, did you?
Well,
Yeah.
It could have been a...
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah.
got both.
So you get about halfway up the tree, not all the way. And that's when the mist kind of like slams in against the circle of salt around, and it just swirls up the tree just outside of where you're at. All three of you roll sanity. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Fail.
If you failed, you will lose a d4. If you succeeded, you lose 1.
Because I lost 1 coming back through the portal or whatever.
Stupid mist. Neener, neener, neener.
I was at 32 and I rolled a 32.
Yikes.
So, you do get back up the
4
rest of
more.
the tree. The mist swirls for hours. It is almost maddening. You can hear
It is maddening.
You can hear screams in there, like quiet, muffled screams, as it swirls and swirls, and finally the sun breaks after what seems like days. And the mist melts away again. You guys climb down and keep running, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After another 2 nights of this, because you lose your way at one point, you finally make your way back to Cancun. With the journal of Father Thomas and some knowledge of what happened there. And also the knowledge of a dead village and some wounds that need to be attended to. So Brian, you obviously head back to, where would we put you out of Boston originally? You head back to the service.
Well, yeah, I go wherever the church tells me, but I say a larger force needs to be sent there.
Yeah.
Right.
You go back to the service. You're put on deployment somewhere and put through typical Army duty for a couple of years when you're approached for the FBI. And that takes you into that. Sister Anna, you head back to Rome to report. And after explaining what has happened, how much sanity did you lose?
I lost 2, 4, 6.
Okay. After being there, you spend some time in solitude and really contemplate what happened. And when you're offered your next assignment, do you take it?
Yes, she's very, wanting to get rid of the evils of,
Okay.
the world.
All right. So you take it. You end up going on 2 or 3 other missions that are nothing like this. They're just standard exorcisms until finally you go on one just as the war begins. You're caught behind German lines, and you're actually captured by the Nazis. Great. And we'll deal with that later. Calvin, how much sanity did you lose?
Nearly half of my original 45.
You
Head back to Chicago, I think.
Yeah, you head back to Chicago.
Get as far away from the jungle as possible.
Probably spend some time in a sanitarium, honestly.
Yeah.
Get out of the jungle. Never, ever.
Taken care of by the church.
If
not by the church, by them by me.
Yeah. You spend some time contemplating what life really means and whether or not you ever want to deal with that again. But you stay pretty civilized areas from then on. Probably find work as like a factory laborer.
Yep.
Something like that. Something, less jungly.
Sure.
Do you always carry lots of salt?
I yes, definitely stock salts at any place that makes sense to me, which is most of them.
You do all inner city and stay away from the woods, don't
yeah, pretty much. And then I think in a couple years he's probably going to get drafted.
What's your age?
21.
Yeah. In a couple of years you would be drafted because that's the right age.
Yep.
So you do find yourself in World War I or World War II. We don't go back in time.
Yeah.
Go forward. You do find yourself in World War II,
II.
deployed in the Pacific.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
We may meet up with you later.
Kaiju.
No. All right. Well, that has been the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep, Octung, Cthulhu, Brian, Blake, flashback of fun and death, and misty bad stuff.
Blakeapalooza.
We will talk to you guys next week.
And that will do it for us tonight on the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Remember, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or find us on facebook.com/nerdsdomain, on Twitter @nerdsdomain, or over at our site, nerdsdom.com. Be sure to sign up for the newsletter while you're there. you can head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. We want to thank Josh Shop for our music. Don't forget, you can support us at patreon.com/nerdsdomain. And check out our shirts at slashloot.com.